This is the Pondra Show. My name is RonRon Okwara. Today we have a special guest. She is a mentor, an MC, a makeup artist, a DJ, and also a hip hop dancehall artist. Muma Doesa, welcome to the Pondra Show.
Hi, thanks for inviting me on the show.
Are you still doing, makeup artists and stuff like that?
I'm having a bit of a break from that because of lockdown, so there's not really a whole lot of jobs. I did about one job in the last year.
I like
So
your
I've been
DJ, and
focusing on my music.
I've been listening to your mixtapes
Oh,
that you did
cool.
a long time ago.
Oh, the rapping mixtapes or the DJ ones?
Yeah. Even the DJ ones.
Oh, cool. The Mixcloud.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Mixcloud ones.
Yeah, I did an Afro hip hop one.
When did you last do one, like a session?
Oh, it's been a long time. Like I moved house and just
Being
replugging
lazy.
a bunch of stuff in. No, I haven't been lazy. I've been learning how to make beats. So I've
okay.
been focusing more on original beats
Oh, okay.
and writing.
Man, you live in Melbourne, and I'm sure as an artist you must be frustrated with how COVID-19 has affected you. Uncertainty in the music industry itself has been a nightmare. How disruptive were the COVID-19 effects on you generally? I mean, like in terms of work, socially, creativity, and personally.
So socially and work, it completely pretty much came almost to a complete stop.
Oh,
You know, depending on the week, you know, one week you could visit one friend, the other week you could go outside only to exercise. So throughout the process, yeah, it completely disrupted socializing. But the upside of it was that it forced me to stay home and focus on finishing songs, and I taught myself how to make beats, and I learned from other people as well.
yeah. For me,
some
for,
technical stuff.
for me,
so,
I never had time for the family itself.
yeah.
So now I know how they breathe and how they smell.
That's good. You really, really
Yeah.
know the in depth.
Yeah, they're like the real deep part of it, man.
Yeah,
What's your opinion on the lockdowns? Do you think they helped to curb the disease itself?
It seems like they've kept the numbers under control, but then I don't know how much control we can really have. But compared to a lot of other countries,
I would prefer you talking to them.
I feel like we've got a lot of control compared to other countries with how strict they've been, especially in Victoria.
So the strictness is good, eh?
I think in a way it's
Because
good,
some people
but
were
I just feel
protesting.
like
They just went like, wow. They were like, you're keeping us in jail.
I wouldn't say it's good
And stuff like
because
that.
there was a lot of negative effects of it. Everyone kind of just got a bit discombobulated by it. Just disrupted everything.
But people were getting
But,
paid though by the government.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of government grants and things, which is good. But I mean, I enjoyed it for a while because it meant I could basically stay home and write songs and make beats and like work on my actual skills and songwriting.
Are you pro vaccination or anti vaccination? If they say we're gonna give you the jab, are you gonna take it?
I think you should be able to choose.
What about yourself?
I'm still in two minds about it.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I just would like to see the longer term effects before I like let everyone else get it now, and I'll just have a
'Cause
look.
actually
I'll just
I-
observe them and see what it does to them,
I
and then
actually-
maybe later.
I'm telling you, actually, I took the first round of the jab. So if you see an arm coming out of DJ's chest or something,
I'll give it a high five.
Yeah. Man, Muma, tell us about yourself. Were you born in South Africa and then migrated to Australia? And
So I was. My family migrated from South Africa, from Cape Town, and I was the first one born here.
wow.
Yeah,
So you're the first generation of your type.
yeah.
So you don't have any sort of like cultural shock that you experienced when you're growing up.
Oh, well, there was the cultural shock of growing up in country Victoria amongst a lot of white racist people. But other than that, it was
Just the same old, same old.
I didn't know anything else. That's all I knew. So, yeah.
All right. What motivates you to keep on making music?
I have to keep making music to stay sane.
Is that
so I
your
don't
motivation?
need a motivation.
All right.
I don't actually need a motivation. It just happens naturally because it helps me just to understand and deal with day-to-day life. So it's like an essential thing. I can't not do it.
What type of music did you grow up listening to?
God, so many different genres, like, because my whole family, they all have their own music tastes and they all insist on playing their stuff. So I had so many different types of music.
And I understand you're the last born or something like that.
Yeah, and I had two older sisters, so they kind of schooled me on music before I even got into music. So my dad is into classical music and jazz and samba, like Brazilian jazz. And then my sisters were into R&B, hip-hop, and then I listened to everything, whatever, when I was a kid. But then when I was a teenager, I went the other way and I got into like grunge and punk rock and feminist punk, and they didn't like that very much. They didn't think I was living up to the cultural stereotypes that I should be living up to. So they were a little bit disappointed and wanting me to turn it off. But I didn't care. I was like, you don't understand. I'm a teenager. You don't understand me.
Oh, is that your influence from friends and stuff like that, or how did you get into hip hop, dancehall, and
friends?
stuff?
Well, I mean, my sisters were always playing like NWA, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, Curtis Mayfield, Al Green, like funk, soul, and R&B, Aaliyah, and all of that. So I guess I heard that and I liked it, but then I wanted to see what else was out there, and also like rave culture kind of came in, and I started listening to drum and bass, and I was just open to whatever sounded good at the time, and I was always open to new, different music.
When did you start writing your own music?
I started writing poetry in high school, like when they taught us poetry in about year 8, and I found it like really relaxing when I was in a mood or whatever. But I didn't start writing I was messing around with guitar and stuff, but then I realized I wasn't any good at it, so I thought, let me stick to the lyrics. My friends were like, oh, no, it's okay, keep trying. I'm like, I know you're just being nice, it's okay, I know. So I only started sort of performing live 2004, but I practiced my lyrics like as far as rapping and hip-hop for 2 years before I showed anyone. I was just like a bedroom MC.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make sure it was good.
Were you recording yourself then?
No, I was just rapping to the window and pretending that there was an audience beneath the window as my own little thing to practice, my little stage presence. So, it just started at home.
I mean, like, is the last born in your family? We've already talked about it. How much support do you get from your family towards your music career?
My dad always was a music head, like a big music person. So, and him and my mum played piano, but more like other people's songs.
Do you play piano?
No, I tried.
Do you play any
it just didn't click.
Music instrument? Nah.
In primary school I played recorder, and then I tried guitar, and they kind of didn't work out. And then, but I think now I think making beats is more my thing, because it's like it creates the whole song. So I can kind of just get lost in the whole song and create all the parts and escape into my imagination. And that's kind of what I was doing all through lockdown, just sitting in my headphones.
You are a creator.
Yeah, I just wanted to paint the whole picture, So
Picasso. I'm telling you. Misfortune album 2013. Don Mama mixtape in 2018. Not mentioning other singles that you released, including YOY, released on the 8th of August 2020. Any body of work coming out soon this year in terms of album and mixtape?
Yeah, so I've got an EP coming out for Don Mama. So obviously I did that Don Mama mixtape, but that was actually over other people's beats, so some commercial rhythms, but I had a few copyright issues, so I sort of left that for a while, started making beats in the lab, and then sort of contemplating what my next move was going to be.
So you're making your own beats?
Yeah. So I recorded some songs with DJ Relic and was all set to do an album, and then I thought, well, let me just add a few beats in there. But that's still in the works. But in the meantime, I work with Luke Boss from Zimbabwe, and he's in the Zim Community Dance Hall group.
Oh.
So they've got a group on Facebook, and we connected through there, and he produced some original beats around the Don Mama acapellas.
All right.
So I thought, let's do some original beats so that I can upload them with no problem and actually push them further and get them on radio and not have to worry about the copyright. So that's the one that's coming up soon.
Any collaborations on the Don Mama album? Is it an album? Is it a mixtape?
It's an EP. So there's about
What's the difference between an EP and an album? I always ask artists who come on this platform.
So an album has
to... By the end of a year, I'll know what it means.
So an album has to be 10 songs or more, traditionally.
All right.
And an EP is anything less than that.
All right. Yeah. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're going to do an EP or an album?
EP. So it's just 6 songs.
Collaborations?
No, just me.
Wow.
Because I'm greedy and I need the beats to be made just for me and only for me.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm hogging the mic on this one.
Just yourself?
Yep.
Chorus?
Everything.
Everything.
Well, all the vocals, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you have any management that you work with?
No, I'm self-managed.
Any record companies you signed to?
No.
Why do you not have like a management and record companies? Do you think they're dodgy?
I wouldn't say they're all dodgy. I'd just say it's not always what it's cracked up to be as far as what you think it's going to be versus what it is. So I think for me, I just like having creative control and controlling how my image is represented and controlling my message, because my message is the most important part of my music for me.
Have you ever had an experience with a manager or record company before, or you've heard rumors about them so you don't even want to deal with them?
I think it's just that the location that I'm in Australia, I just don't see any labels. I don't know. I haven't come across the desire to really sign to any particular labels, so I just thought I'll just put out my music, and I just feel like I just enjoy the process more without anyone interfering with it.
All right.
I'm just really stubborn, and I don't like to be told what to do in any way.
Whenever you want to, you perform whenever you want to.
Exactly.
How do you get booked though?
People just contact me.
All right.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll just take the initiative and say, hey, I want to put on this show, and I'll just contact the venue. Then we start organising it, and then I just contact a few people and get them to come and perform. So
which venue do you prefer the most to perform at?
Oh, that's a tough
at the
one.
Moment.
At the moment? At the moment, it's not even... It's a pretty hard situation at the moment with venues, but
the one you definitely prefer, like if it's open, you just go, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Howler was really good sound, good sound. I was really impressed.
you could
Oh,
hear
there's a lot
yourself.
of yeah. There's a lot of really good venues in Melbourne. I'm just trying to remember. Like, it's just been like more than a year
Yeah.
since I actually.
Because you've been around for a long time, I just want to
Yeah,
hear
Northcote
the
Town
good
Hall
ones.
was good.
Yeah.
Like, we did a performance there
Mm-hmm.
earlier this year with Take Back, and the sound and the lighting and everything, the audio visual was amazing there, and it was. Yeah, it's a really old building, so it just, that was a really cool venue. There's so many good venues in Melbourne, but
The acoustic itself
Section
will
8's
come out good.
yeah, Section 8's good too. The vibes at that place and the fact they've constantly got people coming through, and the people that come through are pretty open to whatever you have
What
to
type
do.
of crowd
whatever
do you like?
want to
Do you like the loud crowd, or
Yeah.
you want the children? Because
Nah.
some people, if they're performing, they just want the crowd which is chill.
No,
Like the
I don't
chill
want the
crowd.
chill crowd. I don't want the quiet crowd. To me, that's just a lazy crowd. I put them to work. I'm like,
Okay.
listen, guys, this is not how we're gonna do it. Okay,
All right.
stand up, come to
and-
the front. I did. That's what I did. I did that at was it the last event, the Zim Dance Hall event.
All right.
No one was standing down. It was a pretty awesome crowd. But I was just like, okay, just come a few steps forward now. Come on.
yeah, if you go
Let's
to
get
the
this
Zimbabwean
vibe
function,
happening.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the weekend.
If
Let's make it a
if
weekend.
you go to the Zimbabwean function,
on.
Ron will be standing over there at the corner there, just monitoring. You know,
I'm like, don't be
Ralph and
shy.
stuff. Yeah.
Let's have fun, guys.
So, how competitive is the music industry in Australia, as you see it?
I feel like it's gotten more competitive over the years, but I think that's actually, in a way, that's a good thing because it just drives you to think of better ideas. You've got to be strategic. Like I said, same with lockdown, you just got to be adaptable to the times. You know, give the people what they want, but still kind of come up with new innovative ideas. And you just got to think a bit harder, but if you actually collaborate with the people you see as your competition, you'd be surprised that they'll come and help you out with your event, or you come to their event.
I like the beef.
You kind of promote each other.
You say
I used
that.
to like-
I like the beef.
I used to like the beef, but maybe I'm getting old.
So how do you?
Maybe I'm getting tired.
I'm sure you've experienced some people.
Oh yes, I have.
Who have been nagging you and
I
trying
have.
to push your button and stuff like that.
I
And
have. Usually, I would just.
Yeah. How did you
Usually,
deal with it?
I used to just start battling them.
Are you still? Are you all right? Are you still talking to them? Or are you
No,
still?
why would I?
Yeah, it's a beef. You say it's an old thing. Sometimes you want to talk to them and ask them what's going on, man. We need to push ourselves together. Because the beef sometimes push you to work more.
What you mean together? Well,
No.
What do you mean
Separately.
to work harder?
Yeah, man. Like if I'm having a beef with Ralph, and Ralph has an album, I'll have my own album. And then Ralph
does drive
a
you.
live show.
It drives
Then I'll go
you.
and have a live show as
No,
well.
it's true. It's true. When you see, I think competition is good, because especially in hip hop. Hip hop was built on competition.
What was said about you
What was said about me
during the beef time?
during the beef? Oh my God, so many things were said, but none of them were
That's
true.
why you don't
so
want to
I
talk
don't
to
even
them.
I don't
They were
even
personal
remember.
things, eh?
I don't even remember what was said, but there's so many ridiculous things said. But I mean,
What
look,
would you say to them now?
I don't mind if people don't like me. I don't need everybody to
what,
like
what,
me.
What
so
would you
it's
say
alright.
to them now? Now that you
I
don't
don't
have
even
beef
think
with them?
about it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm just too busy trying to make
Working.
sure what I'm doing right now is top notch. That's my main focus at the moment, because basically after lockdown, I just have to get back onto the level
The
of
scene.
what I was doing before lockdown. So I'm not really focusing on anyone else. I'm just kind of focusing on my plan, because I've started to plan what I'm going to be doing for this year. So there kind of isn't
With
any
all
time
this-
or energy
yeah.
to worry about anyone else's.
And with all this uncertainty of whether you're going to perform or anything like that, whether it's going to be a lockdown,
Yeah.
there's no need for anyone to worry about no beef. Yeah.
I think when I first started, I had so much beef that
Energy.
now I've gotten it
Don't
out
call
of my
it beef.
system.
Call it energy.
I had a lot of tenacity.
All right. Yeah,
So,
that's the word.
But I do have some fond memories of battling, but then we'd always shake hands after and be like, "Nah, that was good. That was a good,
Beautiful.
healthy debate."
Was it a debate?
It was like, you know, it
kind
was
of.
like situations like I'd get in a cipher, and back then I was usually one of the only girls in the cipher.
Oh, okay.
And if there was a guy in there who I thought was being disrespectful to the women in the cipher or to me, then I would just let him have it. So, but that's just a tradition.
You must have started this a long time ago when there were few women.
Yeah.
Heaps of male were in the scenes.
It was mainly white boys
Yeah.
at a lot of the gigs. So for me, I was just like,
What's going on?
what's good?
You were the Queen Latifah.
But I feel like
Yeah.
I feel happy that there's more women now, because I feel like, you know, there's more people that we can look out for each other, you know?
Looking at your name, I
So-
thought you should have called yourself Medusa. Just go, Muma Doesa. You call yourself Medusa. If they look at
It's
you,
funny.
they turn into some, some statue or
A
some
zombie.
sort. Yeah.
No, it's funny you should say that, because in high school my nickname was Medusa because
You should have just
because I
called
had the
yourself
braids and they
Medusa.
thought the braids were like, you
Yeah.
know, the snakes.
Yeah, the
and
snakes
then
and
I
stuff.
always had the green eyes, so they thought,
yeah.
oh, you know, turn to stone. But
Anyway.
like I kind of just embraced it, and I was like, okay.
All right. Anyway, where were we? Considering that you have been in the game for a long time, what advice would you give to artists who are new in this industry?
I would say the main thing you should focus on is just get your skills to the highest level. And you never stop learning and you never stop improving. And just go to all the open mics and meet everybody. And like, if you feel intimidated, just do it anyway. And you kind of just build up the confidence, you build up the skills while you're actually doing it. So it's good to practice at home, but you've got to get out there and get amongst everything, experiment with your voice, and just be open.
How about some venues or some promoters and who'd want to take advantage of the new artists? What would you advise them on that?
Like which promoters?
Yeah, there are heaps of promoters.
Yeah.
If you're a new artist, they just want to use you and dump you.
Yeah, well, I would say join as many of those groups online as you can. Like there's all Oz hip hop groups, there's groups for vocalists, there's groups for producers. You literally just type the word in.
And they will advise you on how to.
Yeah. And basically you can join the groups. Some of them are promoters, but some of them are just other artists working on their skills, give each other feedback. Like there's one for producers, even specifically for Logic Pro.
All right.
You can put your songs on there and get feedback. So, but I think the main thing is focus on the actual music, like focus on putting your actual music out there and making it to a good quality, and eventually people will come to you. So,
Talking about music itself, I find it difficult to find your music on Spotify, iTunes, and stuff like that. Why is that?
so I just had a bit of an issue with the digital distribution, so I've just got to try a different one.
And people have to go on your link, yeah?
Yeah, so my link is the mumadoesa.bandcamp.com,
We'll
and that's
come back to
basically
it
got
anyway.
all my releases on there in the one spot. But I've also got all my stuff on YouTube as well.
All right.
Yeah, so YouTube's got a lot more content.
That's when you were really younger. So now we can calculate your years. Behind the scenes, you said, Ron, don't talk about my years.
I'm timeless.
All right. Aussie VRS Vibes Queen's Edition on Friday, 25th of June at Kindred Band Room. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so basically it's an all-female lineup. And it's got MCs BZA, Jess Machiavelli, and it's got DJ PK and DJ Empress Sativa, and it's hosted by Kushani Bard. And they've got a Facebook event. So if you just type in VSVibes, it'll come up.
Do you know why female only?
Why?
Yeah.
Because we're amazing. I also think I haven't personally asked the promoter myself, because they basically just contacted me online. I signed it and let's go. But I think it's important that there's female events as well, because it's not always the same audience.
All right.
Sometimes it is a slightly different audience, like more women come, or they find it more relatable. And also it's good, I think. It can be a pretty machismo industry, so I think it's good to support the women, and then when we get together, it's kind of like we start collaborating and things start happening. So I think it's good to have that support base, but I think it's good to also have events that is equally men and women as well. I don't think it's good to just have separate sort of events.
Yeah. But that one is going to be big. Do you feel comfortable performing with Kwashan Bet? Because every time I see you have a close relationship with Kwashan Bad. How close are you to her? And do you feel comfortable all the time performing in shows with her?
Yeah, well, we've performed together for a long time. So, yeah I do. And basically...
She's a DJ too.
Yeah, she's been DJing as well. I was always like, you should get into this.
As DJs?
No, we haven't done that.
You have to. I like beef. I told you.
You like beef. No, I think it's going to be a good show. Yeah. I'm excited about it. And also, I've only had 2 shows since lockdown, so I'm excited to have a third. Yeah. And there'll be plenty more because, I'll be performing some tracks off the new EP.
You're right. So
I've got Luke Boss on the case.
Oh, beautiful. Where can people get the tickets? Because when I was looking at it, it just said you get tickets on some link and stuff like that.
Mosh Tix, yeah.
What's that? Mosh
Tix?
Mosh Tix.
Yeah, so, but if you go to the Facebook event, VSVibes, you'll see there's a ticket link there. It'll take you straight to the tickets.
All right, beautiful. Yeah. 25th?
25th of June.
Yeah. That'll be a Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yes.
How can people get access your material and get in contact with you?
So you can get in contact with me. Most people get in contact on Facebook Messenger, but any of the platforms, Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, they're the 2 best ones.
All right.
Yeah.
What other projects are you looking to work on? Any other bookings and that you have scheduled? Events, shows, appearances?
No, I'm very much behind the scenes at the moment because I'm working on some an online project which I will reveal at a later date.
What type of online project? Exclusive for DJ Ron. You know how
exclusive for DJ Ron. Yes. All right. Well, when you put it like that,
yeah.
So I'm working on a Patreon channel.
All right.
It's basically like a paid YouTube. So basically, there'll be like more exclusive behind the scenes and being able to hear songs bouffore they're released and stuff to subscribers. So,
all right, beautiful.
Yeah, something a bit more personalized.
Yeah. All right. Any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out Luke Boss and Russ Simba and Spliff Tail Entertainment and all the MCs that'll be at the show next Friday.
What should people expect?
Shout out to DJ RonRon.
What should people expect? Thanks. And what should people expect at the show?
They should expect Queens dominating the mic and DJs and capacity 50 max. Yeah. Lockdown style, but we're giving the people what they need to
buy
get
the tickets early, yeah? Because capacity is 50, yeah?
Yeah, you'd have to get onto it.
Wow.
That's what the DHH website says, but hey, let's hope they open it up a little before next week.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Dan Andrew says on Sunday, hey.
What you know? This is a RonRon show. It has been a great pleasure to have you in the studio, Muma Doesa, and hopefully you come back soon, and especially when your EP comes out.
Oh yes, I'll be
I want
back.
to come and sample it here.
Yeah, I could do some live performance.
And just, just have a rundown on how people can get it, where they can get it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
is that all right with you?
For sure, definitely, yeah.
So it's booked.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Nice. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.